Tonight on 15 Minutes, we have the opportunity to interview three important historical figures not of our time. Introducing Meriwether Lewis, William Clark, and Sacagawea. But for now, just Lewis and Clark. Why, hello, Mr. Lewis and Mr. Clark.
Hello.
Alright, first question for tonight, this evening, would be, formalities. How are you?
Old. My back hurts a little bit. A little old. I just got a shave, didn't you see?
I see. Now, we should probably start with a question that many of us now are still thinking about, and that is this. How have you two lived for this long?
What do you mean this long? I'm a young'un. Don't you see? I still have this arm and this arm. You don't want to know. Rose from the dead in about 1904, so that makes me about very old.
Rose from the dead. Maybe that could be for another documentary. Alright. Well then, are you familiar with the term cowboy?
I think I gave birth to one of those once.
Yes, the cowboys. I've heard of them.
What are they?
They work with cows, I think.
Work with cows? What kind of a job? Cows work with cows?
I think they're cow herders or.
They're cowboys.
Well, they herd cows a lot.
Yes. Many of people of this age have this point of this state of mind or this perspective that cowboys are ones who are like vigilantes of justice. Is this true?
I don't say one who herds cows is not a what? A vigilante. I did not do very well when I was in a school, so that's why they sent me out to be rising from the dead to teach all these youngins not to go to school.
I see. Now, we have one of these questions that come in from our viewers, and that is, what was the West like when you were there?
Oh boy, there was grass everywhere. More grass than you can imagine, and fewer trees. When I was over in the eastern side of the East, there was trees just about everywhere you looked. But then you go out into the western side of the West, and there's just no trees.
Then the Indians, they were so much nicer in our time.
Oh, so much nicer.
So much nicer.
Oh, my, they were great. I wrapped one around an American flag and proclaimed it to be an American baby. It was incredible.
Yes, I remember good times.
It was right when we left for our trip, and you had to go to the bathroom 3 times. So many bathroom breaks.
Yes. The whole world was, all the land was just our personal toilet.
Yes.
That's one of the best things about that trip.
Agreed.
I see. And of course, because of our research and our historical content, and because, of course, we are now in the 21st century.
The what century?
What century is this?
In the 21st century.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the oven.
Well, since we do know a bit of your own trip from our history books, we would like a question about, what about some of the things that you've collected, say, plants and species in terms of bugs and whatnot, and how was that like?
We collected many specimens of animals and plants.
Would you believe that he was never bit by a mosquito until we left for that trip? I think by the time I left for that trip, I had about 100 mosquito bites all on one toe.
Yes,
And
I
not the
remember
and not
that.
the big toe. It was very packed in on the dents on my pinky toe. And most of us didn't even have pinky toes that went on the journey.
Oh, yes. But back to the animals and plants. We also kept a very detailed journal with our drawings. We drew every single plant and every single
I
animal.
drew every single plant and I drew every single animal.
Yes, well, as I was saying, we also captured animals and put them in cages and sent them back to the president for further study.
He really liked those animals. That's what he did.
Oh, you mean Jefferson? Thomas Jefferson.
That's what.
yes,
Yes.
what a
You know, there's
fine
been
young man.
so many. There's been about 4 presidents I can remember since him. It's been so long.
4, yeah. I think you need to add a 0 to that number. And a few more numbers. Anyway, now we are probably going to get to the meat of our interview, and that is this.
I love my meat.
That's where we hunted the animals.
Alright, and that is this. Many have, in terms of our books and genres, we have developed an opinion about what we call the Old West. Now, we would like a bit of take on your perspective or your opinion on, like, what is the Old West now?
Oh, the Old West, that's hogwash, don't you see? It's just a whole bunch of racist cowboys going out and feeding their cows or whatever they do, and them Indians aren't like nothing that we's done in any of this ever when we were back there. It's in the New West now.
Well, I would have to say that's the West. It's back when we discovered it. It was amazing, and I don't think we should have colonized it the way we did. But you can't help what other people do. I mean, we do have laws, but those don't work half the time.
Well, you see, I think that was what the whole Old West was about, and I do agree that it cultures our culture, not my culture. Because,
Oh yeah, your culture.
that's what the
viewers'
viewers,
the
that's
viewers'
what the
culture.
viewers' culture it must be very significant to go around to these saloons and be fighting with those guns on them horses. I do believe that there was a bank or two robbed back in the that's what they call it. Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Clark and Mr. Lewis. I believe we have run out of time. But,
I'll never run out of time. I'll be alive forever. Don't you know it?
Yes, at least the next 15 minutes.
well, I don't doubt it. But, I mean, time for our viewers. We have an airtime limit, But anyway.
That's why they call it 15 minutes.
That's why they call the show 15 minutes.
Right. That must be.
Yes, that is why. Great analysis. But don't worry, folks. Next up will be Sacagawea.
Alright, on our second half of 15